Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Backstage Slam Wrestling Podcast. This is episode number 195. We are hitting episode 200 in a couple of weeks. Who would have thought we last this long? My name is Ben, and I'm being joined by Joshua and Amber this week. What's up, Josh?
No, nothing much. Just, enjoying my summer vacay. It's that time of year again.
Is it weird to tell you, like, I don't know if the moon shows, but the sun is still up, but the moon is already up in the horizon and it's still daytime.
Well, it's not uncommon for the moon and sun to be out at the same time.
I thought I was dreaming at first because yesterday I ended up sleeping for 15 hours due to a migraine. I kid you not, I went to bed at like 9 and I woke up just as the sun was going down. I looked to the other side of the sky and it's like, wait, the moon is already up. What is going on here? Am I living in Alaska? Ooh. Amber,
I wish
what's
I could
up?
live in Alaska again.
It's that movie 30 Days of Night that just making me like, nope, I'm never living in Alaska. Nope. All right, looks like Amber is AFK. All right. Welcome to this week's edition. We are going to be talking about NXT Takeover in your house. Josh, did you see the promo they released? I think late last night or early this morning with Todd Pettengill.
No, I didn't see that. I've seen it promoted in a lot of places. I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
Oh, dude, I'm like, his voice is so nostalgic that why haven't they brought him back? It's just mind-boggling. I don't understand why they haven't brought Todd back.
I don't know. There might be a reason. Maybe they don't like his body odor. I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the Twitch chat at twitch.tv/YoBroMMO or go and hit us up on the Spreaker chat where Josh will be able to field questions there. Josh, what's the link?
Well, you can always go... Wait, what?
Spreaker?
Okay, just semicorepods.com. That'll be the quick way to get to the Spreaker channel. Or you can go to semicorestudios.com. You'll be able to hit Backstage Slam, which will take you to backstageslam.com. And you'll be able to listen live every week right here at 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. Hawaii.
Sweet. You can follow us on Twitter at YoBroMMO and at SkitComic. You can subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/YoBroMMO. Go ahead and hit us up on the Deebs there. And like Josh said, semicorepods.com and YoBroMMO.wordpress.com. For when you hit up my personal blog there, where you can get the entire backlog of the Backstage Slam, even including the old Ben's Cast Wrestling from episodes 1 through 85. With that said, let's get into the pay-per-view matches.
NXT Takeover in your house, coming at you tomorrow night on the WWE Network. The usual time. I don't think we really need to go into all of the details.
Usual time, but not usual day.
So, where do you want to start on the card? Because I'm not really sure where to go first.
Let's just go with what I put on the Discord. I got this from Wikipedia. I have been updated it. Everything is still the same as of now. So let's start off with match number 6.
Okay.
It's a 3-on-3 women's match by the team of Mia Yim, Shotzi Blackheart, and Tegan Knox taking on the team of Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez. I am gonna go with the heels in this one. Um, I think the future in the women's division is Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox, but for some reason, there's still a lot of unfinished business with Dakota Kai and her storylines with many of the baby faces on the roster. They've been building her very slowly. She has been having minor injuries that's been halting her progress thus far. Candice LeRae, just still getting used to being a heel, and Raquel Gonzalez has been very dominant lately since she's joined forces with Dakota Kai. It's going to be real interesting to see her in one-on-one matchups because she looks to be like a real bruiser. I don't know if she'll be as dominant as Shayna Baszler, but if booked properly, Raquel Gonzalez can be very, very dangerous for anybody opposing her in the women's division in NXT. But for storyline's sake, I'm going to go with the heel team of LeRae, Kai, and Gonzalez. Josh, who you got? Is it her riding around in a big tank and a little tank? Eh, all right. Amber, who you got?
Amber went with the baby faces.
Baby faces. So Mia Yim, Shotzi, and Tegan Knox. Any particular reason? You just like them better?
I couldn't go against Knox or Mia, and I can't really say I've watched too much with Gonzalez, so I don't know what she's
Gonzalez is
capable
still
of
brand
doing.
new. Yeah.
So I went with what I already know.
Plus, too, there's something about having green hair that just screams fresh. I don't know. I'm just kind of sick and tired of everybody being blonde, redheaded, or having purple hair. That's just me. Next match is for the let's see, Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano for the North American Championship. This is my lock of the night, to be honest. I'm gonna go with Keith Lee. I don't see anybody taking the belt off of Keith Lee until maybe as early as January, come NXT Takeover weekend during the Royal Rumble weekend. So I'm gonna be picking Keith Lee all throughout the rest of the year, and we still got 6 months to the end of the year. So Keith Lee all the way. This is my lock of the night. Johnny Gargano has been the face of NXT for 5-6 years now. It seems like he's been in NXT for a decade, but I don't know. Like we've all wanted Johnny to stay at NXT because we've seen how people are treated on the main roster, and we always felt like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano would Basically, look how Ricochet is being treated on the main roster right now. Look at Andrade, how he's being treated on the main roster now. Although he's been given the United States Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura, you could say his treatment on the main roster hasn't been as good as his stay in NXT, and even Samoa Joe to a certain point. Joe hasn't been able to capture the main championship either. A lot of people seem to start to have Johnny Gargano fatigue. I'm not one of those people, but I certainly can understand that sentiment. But with that said, Keith Lee will retain tomorrow night. Josh, who you got?
Okay, first of all, who is Keith Lee?
Oh, I don't know. He's just that big burly man who went toe to toe with Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble.
No, that wasn't Keith Lee. That was Smooth Operator. Now, some of you are probably
careful. No, you're gonna make the women jealous. Our women listeners jealous. Come on now.
Some of you will get the reference. Earlier this year, especially if you listen to the Netflix Mondays, SimiCoreStudios.com, WWE produced a movie called The Main Event about a kid that puts on a lucha mask and becomes a phenomenal wrestler and gets super strength and things like that. Keith Lee plays a pretty major role in this movie, and he doesn't, of course, go by the name Keith Lee in the movie. He goes by the name Smooth Operator. So that's his ring name in the movie. So yeah, I'm going to bring that up every chance I get.
It was an okay kids movie.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, I did not think it was going to be good at all.
I liked it better than the Paige biopic.
And honestly, it was surprising to see that they put so many NXT talents in the movie instead of just, using WWE main roster people. Otis was in it. This was pre-call up. So, with that being said, I'm going with Smooth Operator, Keith Lee.
All right. Amber, I'm looking at your picks and I'm confused. Who you got?
I fixed it.
Okay.
I fixed it. So I got Lee all the way.
Right.
I don't know what the heck was going on with my buttons, but my kids have been playing with my phone, so everything's kind of sticky. I was like, that looks strange. Hold on, let me try and fix it.
Nice. All right. Let's see. All right. Next match is for the NXT Championship. We have the champion Adam Cole, baby, versus Velveteen Dream. And Josh, do you remember that classic Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Lionheart?
Yeah, it was the first Van Damme movie I ever saw.
So they're going to have a match where they are encircled with vehicles and the headlights will be turned on. Sort of like that classic fight scene during that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It's gonna be very interesting. And I believe one of the older WWE SmackDown games, I don't know if it was SmackDown Shut Your Mouth or SmackDown versus Raw 2009, they actually had a backstage area where they had a fight area that was encircled with cars, with vehicles.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was on PS1 or PS2, but this match I'm really looking forward to because I would be surprised if they actually finally give the belt to Velveteen Dream here. There's a lot at stake. If Velveteen Dream loses this match, he can never challenge for the NXT Championship again for as long as Adam Cole is still holding that belt. I am under the impression that Adam Cole will drop the title on a on an episode of NXT on Wednesday. I believe they're going to do a huge title change on Wednesday, and they'll probably beat AEW Dynamite in the ratings for that. But that is the reason why I'm going to go with Adam Cole, continuing his year-plus long win streak going. He will defeat Velveteen Dream, but he will drop the title on an episode of NXT. Josh, who you got and why?
Okay, first of all, Adam Cole he's going to retain. I do believe that Velveteen Dream is going to be one of those guys that will always get close to being NXT champion, but never actually win the title before being called up. And that's fine. As long as, they find something for him to do on the main roster. But I haven't really put any thought into what happens next. So I'm just going to wrap up this thought with Adam Cole retains.
Okay. Amber?
Adam Cole, baby. Did I do it right, Josh?
Sweet. All right. Amber, you can kick us off with this next match. It is Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Who do you have winning?
Finn Balor. Because he's Finn Balor.
All right. Josh, who you got?
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm picking Finn Balor for almost the same reason as Amber, also including that it's not Damian Priest. I'm not saying Damian Priest is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say that about, somebody that is prying their craft in the profession of their choosing. You know what? That's a long ways to go just to say Punishment Martinez is improving, but he's still not there. Damian Priest is definitely a step up, but I don't see him in a position to be going over Finn Balor.
Okay. The reason I made the two of you go first is because I wanted to know if I should change my pick, and I'm going to go ahead and do that so we can defer. I also had Finn Balor, so I'm going to change it to Damian Priest because I have to lose some matches on this card.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Damian Priest is going to be my pick. No, in all honesty, you just hit the nail on the head on that one. He is improving. It's just that right now, NXT, there's an embarrassment of riches in terms of, oh my God, who's going to be the next number one contender? There's like so much number one contenders for every single title, except for the NXT tag team. The NXT tag team division is kind of locked at the moment, with just the same two teams going back and forth and getting rematch after rematch. But yeah, I'm just going to go with Damian Priest just so that I can differ a little bit. Next match is going to be my dark horse match of the night. It is the triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defending against Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. Josh, let's start off with you. Who do you got and why? This might be the match where all three of us have different winners. I don't know. I'm just guessing. She's finally going to get a call up after getting a triple crown. I picked Io because it's been a long time coming. Every Japanese wrestler that has made their way through NXT has held the NXT Women's Championship before moving on, whether it's to the main roster or not. So here's why in the Backstage Slam, this is why we like to delve into things not that we just see on TV, but we like to go, backstage news stuff. So Io Shirai is on the back half of her last year in her contract. She's going to be having to re-sign pretty soon. Not anywhere as close as Adam Cole's, but I think WWE, for their best interest, they would want to hold on to her because she's let it known, she hasn't been married for that long, and we all know that she's married to one of my boys on LIJ, Evil.
Is it me?
In New Japan. What?
Is it me?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
But she misses him. She misses home. Stardom wants her and Kyrie to come back, especially after everything that happened to Hana Kimura. But if WWE is gonna do what I think they're gonna do, they're gonna probably give the title to Io Shirai. Just to maybe kind of wound her to say, hey, stick around here for a little bit longer. But here's the deal, Josh. I don't know if you remember this. Ever since AEW, after I think 7 weeks of being on air, TNT awarded AEW a 4-year extension. Not even 2 months after being on TV. After TNT did that for AEW, WWE is like, okay, we're gonna start signing everybody instead of a 3-year deal. Everybody that signs with WWE is gonna be signed to a 5-year deal. So the question of the matter is, does she want to stay with WWE for another 5 years if she resigns? I don't know, but I think personally, without all that stuff out of the way, I think it's time for Io. It really is. I think she can hold the belt for 3 months, and then maybe drop it around Survivor Series weekend. I don't know, but right now, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, and maybe Shotzi Blackheart are at the top, and then I'll put Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai, and Candice LeRae in the second tier right under them. So, it's pretty stacked there. We don't know if Scarlett Bordeaux is ever going to wrestle. Right now, she's still managing Karrion Kross, but we'll see if she gets added to the mix. And, there's just a lot. There's just too much stuff going on right now, and this match has really big implication as to where they're going to go next with the women's division. So I'm going to go with Io Shirai. Amber, who you got and why?
I went with the Queen because I don't
Wow.
think she's dropping until Backlash.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
No.
Nice. See, I knew.
I think it's going to be a bigger pay-per-view that she drops and Rhea picks it back up.
I knew all three of us was going to be on different sides on this one. So I'm thankful that we have a match like this here. All right, last match, and I certainly don't think it's the main event, but I could be wrong. Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross making his first takeover appearance. Amber, who you got and why?
I went with my gut and picked Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know why. I just went with my gut.
Awesome. Is it because of his beard?
I'm not a big fan of the beard, to be honest, but he does pull off the beard pretty good. So it could be the beard.
Okay. I went with Karrion Cross because, let's face it, this is the biggest pickup NXT has had in 2 years. I really wanted him in AEW because I believed it would have been him going up against John Moxley in 2 weeks for the AEW title. But, they got Brian Cage, so I'm happy to. Karrion Cross is not going to lose his first TakeOver match. I do not believe so. And if he did, that would be a huge botch. This guy is the future of NXT. This guy is the second coming of Drew McIntyre when Drew got brought to NXT. Like, he is a difference maker. He's a big impact player. We will see Karrion Cross versus Drew McIntyre at a main event in WrestleMania within the next 4 or 5 years from now. You heard it from me, folks. Karrion Cross is going to beat Tommaso Ciampa. Josh, who you got?
But that was also one of the reasons why I didn't pick him, because it is his first pay-per-view. So I don't think he'll win.
I think Karrion Cross is going to come in and kill it.
I would be shocked if he dominated Ciampa. But then again, this is like he's been the number. It was always between him and Marty Scurll as to the number one independent wrestler on the open in the free agency for a while now, and yeah, it's tough because when was the last time we had a huge indie star debuting for the first time on a takeover that they lost their first match? I can't think of one. Or was it no, it wasn't Chris Hero, was it?
No, there was one. I want to say it was last year. I don't remember who though.
It wasn't Ricochet, was it? He didn't lose his debut match.
Might have been Ricochet.
Was it a one-on-one match or was it a multi-man?
Yeah, it was a one-on-one match, and the debuting guy lost.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
Yeah, I don't
been so much
recall
wrestling
right now. But I'm picking Karrion Cross to win. I'm not saying it's going to dominate Ciampa. It is my pick for match of the night. It's going to be a hell of a match to watch, and I can't wait to see it. So Karrion Cross for me.
All right. So that is our picks for NXT Takeover in your house, going live tomorrow night, 21 and a half hours from now. Has anybody had a chance to check out the free edition of WWE Network?
No, I pay for it, unfortunately.
Okay, because as of now, I don't know when this news release came out, but it must have happened within the 24 hours. WWE Network has put out a statement saying they will no longer offer a free month upon signups because now exists the free version. Yeah, so you can actually sign up for a free version without the usage of a credit card, and you can watch all the free content. However, if you would want to check out any of the pay-per-views that are coming up, you would have to get a subscription for it.
So that's right, boys and girls. Your days of creating anonymous emails, numbers anonymous 1 to anonymous 60 are over. No more free rides. You either got to pay for the network, get someone else's password, or keep with the free version, which does not have, of course, the pay-per-views.
Yeah. I mean, they have classic pay-per-views, and it's gonna be rotating in and out, kind of like how they rotate stuff off of Netflix every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's coming to Netflix and what's leaving Netflix. They're doing the same thing with their category, but they are still updating their system, and I don't see anything as recent as maybe a year or a year and a half. They don't have anything from 2020 up there in the free version.
Why would they when they've been showing them on regular TV? That's
Like,
weird.
didn't they show on Fox Sports 1 every single WrestleMania from March and April? Every single WrestleMania every weekend?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they did.
I don't usually
But
check out Fox Sports 1
uh
because I don't have cable.
let us know in chat, or let us know in the YouTube comments when the video version of this podcast goes up on the Semi-Core Studios YouTube channel. Are you guys having issues with the WWE Network on the the new updated free version? I can't get it to run on Firefox, but I am able to get it running on Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. So I don't know why it's not working for Firefox. None of the videos or anything will load. I guess free WWE with classic content is better than nothing. You still will have like ride along and all that stuff. All updated, and I'm pretty sure they're very recent. As far as Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, they have, I think they're behind 3 weeks, or they have everything up until 3 weeks ago from when I last checked. That's on the free version. I think they did stream Monday Night Raw. After Raw went off the air on USA, they did stream Raw on the free version of the network. I was able to see. But I don't know why they haven't done the same for SmackDown. I tried to watch SmackDown live on the network, and after it went off the air, and they didn't stream it on the network. So it was weird. One thing before we go is I want to bring up a topic, and it's about the Black Lives Matter movement. So I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but apparently the rumor is starting to take fruition as to not actually being a rumor, but might actually happen. Is with all this stuff going on right now with the riots and the protesting and how it's all getting worse, that knowing the McMahons and WWE, how they do business, is they are planning to put the WWE Championship on Bobby Lashley. And I want to know from you guys how you personally feel about that.
It's garbage.
You know, I'm trying to find a more succinct way to say that, but you know what? I think that is incredibly apt and perfect. So I will reiterate garbage.
Yeah, I mean it's like
Just go with Jinder Mahal and their PR stunt in India and how it was supposed to be this great and wonderful money maker and have them become fans and etc., 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 and it tanked. Yeah. Never use a movement, a political movement, a movement where somebody has lost their life as a freaking PR stunt to hope that it will help you break even. It shows your greed. It shows how much money actually means to you, the value of money over life, and it just makes you stink to high hell.
Not to mention just the disingenuous factor, considering the personal politics of the people that actually run the company.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if he's the right guy, if it's the right time, I can see that. But I don't see Lashley there yet. But of course, I never saw Jinder Mahal there, and look what happened.
I mean, they kind of started that movement with having Apollo Crews win the United States title on on Monday night, but I don't know, because it wasn't expected. It wasn't like it was leaked, right? It had a feel good moment because like here's this guy who's never had a good run since being called up from NXT in the last 2.5 years, and then finally he wins the United States Championship in the match of the night against Andrade, and it was
and he'll lose it before Backlash.
And it's like, okay, so this was a shining moment on Raw, but so here's the thing. Jinder Mahal was supposed to make his comeback, and he was supposed to be in a program with Drew McIntyre. And it was supposed to be like this mini 3MB reunion thing, right? But Jinder ended up re-tearing his knee ligament, and he ended up having to do surgery on it again a couple of days ago, which sucks for him because, he already had a 9 playoff, and then now he's going to be another 4 months off to recovery for that. And then Bobby Lashley, I think it was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, they just decided to throw him in with Drew McIntyre randomly right before Money in the Bank as a tag team, and then that's the way that they build this lazily WWE title match. If they do go this route, like I said, it's just gonna come off as fake. Like they're just trying to push this agenda, and I bet you, like, they don't even like. I don't want to even get into the politics of it, but it just comes off, like you said, Amber, disingenuous. It's just so ridiculous, and there's already a lot of negative backlash. There's a lot of people saying that if this actually happens, they're going to cancel their WWE Network subscription. So that fact remains to be seen. But I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on that. With that said, is there anything you guys want to add before we head on to the weekend?
No. I'm wrestling newsed out. Not a whole lot happened. There were, again, it's that rumor you mentioned, but no, I'm good with my picks.
All right. Well, before I go back to my Korean drama binging, my name is Ben, that's Josh, and she's Amber. We will see you guys next week when we review NXT Takeover in your house and update you guys on whatever else happens next week on wrestling. Is Mike Tyson going to show up at AEW Dynamite? How will FTR's tag team debut go next week on Dynamite as they take on the Butcher and the Blade? We'll see you guys next week. Too sweet, everybody.